Welcome, folks, back to Dominant Mets Nation, Offseason Central, episode 4. And we got quite a packed show today. We're going to talk about some very fun topics. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But first, I just like to thank you for your support in the last couple of videos. We've been having a lot of fun so far in this offseason. You know what? I want to send my early condolences to the New York Yankees, who tonight fell 0-3. They have down 3 games to the Dodgers, have yet to win a game in the World Series, and it looks like they are going to go home without a fight. And even more depressing, the Juan Soto rumors are swirling. And we're going to get to some really painful ones if you're a Yankee fan in this video. If you're a Mets fan, looking good. I know it's a little early. I know it's very preliminary. Like, where's Juan Soto going? Is he going to the Mets, Yankees, Dodgers? Who the hell knows? But we're gonna tell you some interesting information. Okay, we're gonna also go over some historic potential spending of the New York Mets. Are we going to set a record for history spending? Possibly. Maybe. And last but not least, Jacob Degrom. What is the possibility that Big Jake is coming back to New York? All right, we will hit on that topic as well. And you know what? Follow. We have an X account at Dominant Mets. We kind of just got it going a couple days ago. So if you just go over there, follow us at Dominant Mets, I would appreciate that, just so we could communicate a little better. All right. And last but not least, like and subscribe. If you find this video, if you like these videos and you find them a little entertaining, like, subscribe, get us going. It really helps the channel. All right. Well, tonight, I got to say, I was watching the Knicks game, and I don't know if you were watching the Knicks game, but Steve Cohen and Alex Cohen were in the first row, sitting center court. All of a sudden, the camera pans over, and I see somebody with a Met jacket on. I'm like, that guy looks familiar. I hit play, I hit pause on my remote control, and I'm zooming in. I'm like, oh my God, that's Steve Cohen. That's Alex Cohen next to him. So I don't know. I just got excited. But that just tells me, the reason why I'm excited, I'm like, wow, our owner really, really loves sports. It's about a week since the Mets got eliminated, and this guy is going to a New York Knicks game. Just really shows you this guy's passion, and I just love it. I love it. All right, so folks, are we headed for history? Are we going to make history in terms of how much money the Mets are going to invest in this year's team? Because I think, and I think there's a strong possibility. Last year, the Dodgers, obviously, they spent all that money on Ohtani, on Yamamoto, and on Teoscar Hernandez. But could the Mets overcome that? Could they surpass that? And you know what? Let's take a look at this. There's a lot of articles out there saying Mets reportedly preparing for big spending, aggressive offseason approach. We know when the Mets traded Verlander, when the Mets traded Scherzer, their targeted focus was supposed to be on 2025. We were supposedly going to target this free agency class. We know Juan Soto is the big fish. No doubt about it. And he is a superstar. He is a generational superstar. And I feel Steve Cohen, David Stearns, watching LA, knowing LA has built a team. I got to say, LA is going to be good for at least the next 5 years with Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, the way they develop their prospects. They're going to be good for a lot more than that, but at least these superstars are going to be around their prime for the next 3 to 5 years. That means we have to start building a juggernaut team. Now we have Lindor, who's already well into his prime at age 30. And watching Lindor play at that high MVP level, it really showed you the impact that a superstar can have on winning. Lindor, no doubt about it, played like a superstar. Even Juan Soto, if you observe how he helped the Yankees making the World Series the first time since 2009, the impact of a superstar. Bryce Harper, when he went to Philadelphia, he made Philadelphia into contenders each and every year. Again, the impact of a superstar. Now you have multiple superstars in LA. The Mets, in order to compete, Juan Soto is that type of generational player that you must add. You must add. You must add. Okay, so Mets, as I said, are looking to spend big. The Mets will have spending power. Obviously, we know we have the wealthy owner, Steve Cohen. We have money coming off the books, and we have a talented pool of players available in this free agency. And, our core basically right now is Francisco Lindor, Kodai Senga, Edwin Diaz, Mark Vientos, Brandon Nimmo, Francisco Alvarez. So I would say that is basically our core right now. The Mets approximately have $180 million coming off the books. I've heard variations 160, 170, 180, 190, but 180 is the approximate amount. And all the rumors coming from everywhere is the Mets are going to be aggressive. But how are they going to spend their money? Pete Alonso, we're losing him. Severino, Manaya. Where are we going with this? Where are we going? Juan Soto, Corbin Burns. Where are we going? Well, folks, if we're going to make history, let's say Soto's going to command around $600 million. Let's say you want Alonso, he's going to command $200 million. That's $800 million. Then you need your pitching. Corbin Burns, another $200 million. That's $1 billion right there. Let's say you want to acquire a Sasaki or a Max Fried. That's another $200 million. Then you have to add your tertiary players, your bench, your relievers. If you're going all in, you have to make history. The Dodgers last year spent about $1.1 billion. If the Mets are damn serious, they would have to make history. So that's my take on it. I think there's a high possibility, even if the Mets do not get Mr. Juan Soto, and I hope to God they do. I hope to God they get Juan Soto. But if they don't, I still anticipate that they will go after multiple starting pitchers, no doubt about it, and they will be very competitive. This year was a surprise. This year was a surprise, but again, it was supposed to be a year where we developed, a year when we had a nice run, we make the playoffs, but next year we are supposed to be legit World Series contenders. So, historic spending spree, I know it has a strong possibility of happening. What say you? Drop a comment. What do you think? Are we going to make history? Or how about this? Do you think we're going to spend a crap load of money? If we're going to spend even close to $1 billion to the Mets, that's making history. That's certainly making history. Okay. All right, folks. Again, if you haven't liked the video, like, subscribe. I've got so much good feedback in the last couple of days. I really do appreciate each and every one of your comments. All right, so let's go to our second topic. And it's simple as this. Dodgers think they are players for Juan Soto. Now, I've been seeing a lot of rumors about Juan Soto potentially going to the Dodgers. Is it a way to get under the skin of the Yankees? I mean, this one rumor I'm reading right now, Dodgers expected to join the free agency sweepstakes. Scott Boras weighs in during the World Series. And why not? Scott Boras, this is what he does. Trying to, lift the value of his players. And that's what good agents do. Good agents look for any opportunity to uplift their players, uplift their clients. They want to get every dollar possible, and that's what Scott Boras is doing. Now, including the Dodgers as potential suitors, that is a way to also put pressure on the Yankees in just such it really puts them in such a bad position, because there's been a lot of negative rumors coming about the Yankees in this World Series. They're trying to win a World Series, but I've already heard, number one, an employee spoke to, I believe it was John Heyman, and said that they were dead nervous about Juan Soto leaving. That's all they were thinking about, is Juan Soto jetting, going to another team, right? And an employee was speaking to John Heyman in the middle of the World Series, and I'm assuming it was a high-level executive. It's not like John Heyman speaking to the hot dog vendor, so yeah, I hope Soto doesn't go to the Mets, so it doesn't go to the Dodgers. I'm pretty sure it was a high-level executive. So that's number one. Number two, you hear Juan Soto, one of his good friends, said that Juan Soto wasn't happy when it is the beginning of his Yankee tenure. Wasn't happy. And this comes out during the World Series. More bad news for the Yankees. Now, on top of that, you hear that the Dodgers, your opponent, the team that already has Mookie Betts, Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, and the list goes on and on. They don't need more offense. They certainly don't need more offense, and they're rumored to potentially poach your best player. You really can't make it up. If you're the Yankees, you don't want to read 10 articles, 20 articles about your best player going to a team that is right now beating the crap out of you. Beating the crap. They're down 3-0, 0-3, however you look at it. Okay. So according to John Heyman of the New York Post, the Dodgers will be among the teams who will have interest in signing impending free agent Juan Soto. Heyman quotes a source who says the Dodgers will be in play if he's interested. If he's interested. That's in quotations. The Dodgers obviously are no strangers to chasing top talent. Last season, they signed Ohtani and Yamamoto. They already, again, have Betts and Freeman. Of course, the Dodgers, if they do actually join the fray, they are expected to face steep competition from both the Yankees and the Mets, with those two teams more commonly identified as favorites to land Soto. Other clubs often linked to Soto include the Washington Nationals and Blue Jays, although it's been seen if either can make competitive offers. All right, well, this is according to John Heyman, right? Let's throw the Washington Nationals, and I don't think the Toronto Blue Jays, I don't think they're going to be able to be in the mix. Although the Blue Jays did make a very competitive offer to Ohtani, so we'll see about that. We'll see about that. But, it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. I don't think, first of all, he prefaced it by saying Juan Soto if he's interested in playing on the West Coast. Number one, I think Juan Soto, and from what I've read, he wants to stay on the East Coast, right? He wants to stay on the East Coast. He has friends, family on the East Coast, around the New York area specifically. All right, so I believe he wants to stay here. Now, number two, does he want to go to the Dodgers that already have 4 or 5 superstars? I don't believe so. I don't believe a generational talent, Juan Soto, 26 years old, is going to want to go to Mookie Betts' team, Shohei Ohtani's team, Yamamoto's team. I don't think so. I don't think he's going to stay in the Bronx either. According to what his friend said, are these problems that he had in the beginning of his tenure insurmountable? Because they seem to be an issue if they are coming up now. I don't know if it's something that Scott Boras advocated because it's something that, maybe could get the Yankees nervous, could make the bidding go higher. Who the hell knows? All I know, at the end of the day, it makes it look better for our New York Mets. Soto's not happy about what happened with the Yankees. Soto doesn't want to go to LA. He doesn't want to play with 4 or 5 superstars. Why not go to the New York Mets? Alonso Could be there, could be not, but it doesn't really matter. It would be Juan Soto's team. And I'll tell you this, if Juan Soto inks a 12-year deal with us, right? And I've been thinking about this. I believe Juan Soto is going to age well. I believe he's going to age well. Is he an elite defender, a center fielder? No, but I believe that plays into him aging better. He's not going to be diving for balls like at nauseum. He's not going to be running into walls. He's going to be playing very solid defense. As he gets older, he can play DH in 8-9 years. Lindor will be gone. Alonso will be gone. It'll still be Juan Soto's team. So I believe that it is very, very attractive. Steve Cohen, Alex Cohen has made New York Mets into a destination. They're going to take care of their players. They're going to spend the most up and down their organization, from the scouts to the technology, and the players are going to be the ones who benefit. And Juan Soto already won a World Series. We know the guy has ice in his veins. He could play in New York. There is no better guy to spend that money on. And in the past, I would be more of the player. I would say, hey, you know what? Spread that money around. Get $600 million. Get a Corbin Burns. Get Pete Alonso. Get other players. But at the end of the day, you saw what the Dodgers did, deferring all that money. And you know what? That just tells me that you can do it all. Get creative. In this 10-year window, you build a juggernaut team and you acquire and assemble the most talent as you can, the most talent possible. And while you do this, you're developing your farm system. You're developing your scouts. You're developing everything so that in a couple years, when you do have these many high-priced players on your team, like Lindor, like Soto, you could supplement your talent by bringing up young superstars, hopefully young superstars. So that's how I believe is going to be the most effective way to be competitive now and in the future and compete with a team like the Dodgers. Because, folks, the Dodgers aren't going away. They won in the COVID year 2020. It looks like they're going to win in 2024, and they just signed Shohei Ohtani last year to a 10-year for the next decade. Let's put it that way. They have beds. They have all these guys signed up, locked up for the long term. We need to compete, and we need to compete now. Nobody's going away. Everybody's getting better. The Braves are getting better, and I don't even need to go through it. The Phillies, the Padres, we know there is a lot of competition in the National League. It's not like the American League, folks. There's a lot more competition in the National League, and that's been a detriment to the Yankees. The Yankees haven't had to play a hard team. The Mets, if they would have went to the World Series, I believe that it would have been almost the same what's going on with the Dodgers being up 3-0. The Mets could have had their opportunity to win, but okay, it is what it is. All right, so we're going to get to our last, but probably most interesting topic. And once again, I ask, please, if you enjoy our content, if you're an MLB fan, subscribe so that you don't miss any upcoming videos. Set notifications on, and drop your comments. I love reading comments as well. So let's get to the last topic, which is Degrom back to the Mets in 2025. And I'll tell you this, I've been seeing this rumor the last couple of days, and I've always had a soft spot for Degrom, right? Players who come up like Degrom. The thing that really attracted me about Degrom is obviously he was talented, but the fact that the guy wanted to be here, that was, when he signed that first contract, that's what really, what I really like. That's what I really like. He could have tested the free agent market a lot earlier. The way he ended going to Texas, I really kind of, it was very upsetting to me, but I understand if he had his reasons. He had his reasons. Now, it looks like Texas is looking to cut back payroll. So Texas intends to slash payroll in 2025. Could the New York Mets and Jacob Degrom reunite? Is it possible? Okay, so a lot of big rumors are going around. that the Rangers are looking to make big changes, especially to their payroll. And the door could open for a possible reunion of Degrom going to New York. Um, Mets fans, we know it would have been nice. It would have been nice to have a Jacob Degrom in the NLCS. It would have been nice seeing him going up against the Dodgers. Yep, it would have been nice to see. But here are the deal. Here are the facts. Here are the facts. So the Dodgers, late last week, the Dallas Morning News MLB reporter Evan Grant revealed that one of the top priorities for the Texas Rangers owner Ray Davis is for the team to get under the $241 million tax threshold. That means they could be moving big contracts. Jacob Degrom in 2024, he pitched 3 starts, 1.69 ERA, 1.125 whip, but it doesn't even make a difference because we know he was coming back from a very, very serious injury at age 36. At age 36, he made 3 starts. More importantly, he pitched 10 innings. 10 innings. The year before that, 30 innings. 30 innings. So in the last 2 years, basically the Texas Rangers just got a handful of starts from Degrom. Now, Degrom is signed till age 40. Age 40. So that's age 37, 38, 39, and there's an option for age 40. You're giving him about $40 million a year. So there's a lot of money left on the table. A lot of money. Jacob Degrom had a great Mets history. One of the greatest Mets pitchers of all time, if not the best. Obviously, Tom Seaver's there. So, only the younger generation will believe he's the best. But, obviously the best in the last 40 years. So Jacob Degrom is 36, and he's missed the better part of the last 2 seasons after undergoing Tommy John surgery for the second time in his career. The organization had a chance to resign him, that being the Mets. But there's huge health concerns. Huge health concerns. $115 million left on his contract, and I think this is quite simple, folks. I think this is quite simple. This is an emotional decision right here. And the Mets are they have to be very forward thinking. They have to assume that they're going to be in the playoffs. They have to assume that they are going to be fighting for a World Series position. Now, Jacob Degrom is going to be 37, and he hasn't even pitched really. I remember there were 2 years before. He hasn't pitched really consistently in 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years. He's a way different pitcher now as a 37-year-old than he was dominant when he was 32, 33. I mean, first of all, you don't know if he's going to be healthy. Second of all, you don't know what type of quality of a pitcher he's going to be. Third of all, even if you have him for this season and he does do well, you would be saddled with him for the next couple seasons. Here's the deal. This is the problem of the Texas Rangers. Do not do them any favors. We just got out of Verlander's money. We just got out of Scherzer's money. We are not in the business of taking aging pitchers anymore. We learned our lessons. Lessons learned. I don't care who it is. Jacob Degrom, yes, I have a soft spot for him, but unless Texas is paying the entire contract, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. And I think that's blatantly obvious. I would, if you have a different perspective, like I'm saying, if Texas agrees to pay the contract, or 90%, let's say 90% of the contract, I'll make it a little bit realistic. I don't want him. I don't want to have to worry. Then I got to worry about repositioning my other starters. It messes with everyone. It messes with the team chemistry. And then also too, I saw how this team functioned this year in 2024. I never seen a team more united. So I don't have any prima donnas on the team. I didn't have any old age pitchers. So, I just feel like it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work with this team, this clubhouse, our situation. I want to get younger. I want to invest that $40 million in a 25-year-old. You want to give it to Sasaki, the Japanese sensational pitcher? Give it to him. You want to give it to Max Fried, who's 6 years younger? You know what? I'd rather give a portion of that to a better pitcher, a guy who has less risk, a lot less risk. And in terms of, you might be thinking it's a high reward, a high, we might possibly get like a Cy Young award year, but you got to factor in the man is 37 and has pitched very little in the last 4 years. Very little. He has been injured in every single year. So that's just my quick take. It's a quick no. So just to wrap up on the topics, are we going to spend at a historic clip? I say there is a very strong possibility. We've targeted 2025 for a reason. Number two, Dodgers think they are players for Juan Soto. I don't think that has a chance of happening. I don't. I think that at this point right now, they may be doing it just to put pressure on the Yankees, or even if they put their hat in the mix, possibly they can make the Mets or an opponent of theirs pay more money. Number three, Degrom coming back to the Mets. I do not think it's a good idea. At this point, I do not think it's a good idea. Well, folks, we've come to the end of our video. Fix that right there. We've come to the end of our video. We will wrap up right now. If you haven't followed us on X, follow us at Dominant Mets. Love to see you over there as well. And if you haven't liked and subscribed, if you've made it this far, you got to like, you got to subscribe. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day. Have a great night. And, this is the offseason, so stay tuned.